Hello, it's Mark from Marc's eBay Reselling Tips, Techniques, and Tricks, I guess I call it. This is my eBay name, MCASSFX, and I've got a few items listed on there. I'm a part-time eBay reseller, not full-time. Got some items to show you tonight, starting with this item, which was out of its case when I found it at the thrift store in a bag, and is a 1980s era calculator with obviously case and manual. I don't know if you can see it's in working condition. These condition is everything, and the fact that I've got the case and the little manual, which I was looking for a date on there but couldn't find one, is everything. The other major thing, and a shout out to Chad Pagel of Golden Finger Picker and his wife Kim, and of course Craigslist Hunter, is the battery compartment. Check the battery compartment for corrosion. I found numerous Sony Walkmans. The more expensive ones from the 80s and 90s have the anti-shock control in them. They can sell for 30, 20, 30 bucks on eBay, and if you can get them for $2 or $3, probably worth flipping. But many of the ones I have found have corrosion in the battery compartment, so I just leave them right there at the counter at the Goodwill or Savers and tell them that I'm not interested, and they can rebag it and put it back on the shelf. Of course, then I'll go back a week later and look at the same CD player again, but maybe they'll take them down. Another item, which is a neat one, some things that fly under the radar at a thrift store, and that is these. These are Delta three-way shower head diverters. They didn't know what they were. They had them on the bric-a-brac wall in a bag for $3 for both of them. I got my 30% military discount, so I got them for $2 in tax, so about $1.05 or $1.06 a piece. I'm into these. I didn't look them up. I just took them right home. They said brass. I knew they were valuable. These sell regularly on eBay for $33.99 plus shipping, and one guy has one listed for $41 or $42. I've got both these listed that I'm into for $2 for $49.99 plus shipping. And the neat thing about these is, even if it takes 6 months to sell, even if I have to spend $2 or $3 on listing, I'll still make a good deal of money and a good margin, and I don't have a lot tied into them, so I can let them sit. And these shower diverters flew under the radar. If they knew how much these were worth, I mean, they put cell phone cases, as many of you thrifters know, in the Goodwill cases for cell phones from 20 years ago. Nobody wants your leather cell phone case for a phone that nobody's carried for 20 years. Those are worth 50 bucks. They probably would have put it in the case. Next item to show you tonight are these Universal Smoke Alarm Adapters by Kidde, K-I-D-D-E. I got 6 of them. This is kind of a neat story. Another thing that basically flies under the radar. They were hanging on the bric-a-brac wall, and one was marked 49 cents. The others were marked 99 cents. I wasn't quite sure on these, and I looked up a quick search on eBay, which of course another one of my tips is do a thorough search. Didn't have time. I saw that with one of the type adapters removed, 6 of them could sell for 20 or 24 bucks. So I took a chance at them. I went up to the counter. I said, one of these is marked 49 cents. Can you give them all to me for 49 cents? They did. So I'm into those for 3 bucks. I'll get 22 out of them. Not a huge flip, but keep in mind, although this item was not a home run, or not even a double, things like this fly under the radar at the thrift stores. They don't perceive any value in them, and they'll just throw them on the shelf. Next item is an Eton, which I believe is a company associated with Grundig, if I remember correctly. I think they're the same company or sister companies. Shortwave radio. My tip, trick, and technique here is bought it at the thrift store for $10. Did not have time to test it. I might have gotten my military discount, so I figure $9. This was functional. It plays music and shortwave channels, but the tuner doesn't work. So in other words, you'll be on 90.5 and you'll be tuning it up to 91.3, and it doesn't go up. So you can't count on it to tune, but it does play music. The tip here is I listed it for parts, and in less than 24 hours it sold for parts for $12.99. So I'm going to get my money back for this. So even though it was a bad buy, a bad investment, should have tested it at the store, should bring around batteries with me, I'm getting my money back. Selling something, and you list it as is for parts not working. You list it on eBay. And it's very important that you put that in the title, as well as the description, as well as item condition. Next item is this, that's the eBay listing for it, is this cartridge, which again flew under the radar. It didn't look like an ink cartridge. It didn't look like anything necessarily of value. They thought it was just photo paper. It is photo paper and dye sublimation cartridges, which is a little printer, about the size, a little bigger than this box, that you put your memory card in, and the paper or the cartridge goes back and forth several times to do all the colors, and it comes out as a 4x6 picture. And they're pretty good quality. They were popular about 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So this is for a printer that probably is no longer in circulation. This was $7.99 at the Goodwill. Based on my jobs in the past working at an electronics store, I knew this was a valuable item. Listed it last night. After my discount, I paid maybe $6 or $6.05 for this item. It sold for $54.99 today, plus shipping. I asked for $8.99 shipping, so I don't do free shipping on most items. Shipping costs money. That's my opinion of it, and the buyer pays shipping. Last item for you today, and I don't know how to pronounce this one. Maybe my cameraman knows how to, Adam. It's a tough one, but it's a language kit similar to Rosetta Stone called Pimsleur. Chris, my other camera assistant, you know how to pronounce that? No. Pimsleur language CDs. This was at the thrift store in the front on top of the VHS tapes. Maybe they didn't know what it was, or they didn't inspect it close enough. I paid $2.99 about a year ago for one of those Amazon books. Things to look for at thrift stores to sell on eBay. Well, that $2.99 was worth it because I paid a further $2 for this, having learned in that ebook that this Pimsleur is something to be on the lookout for. Got this for $2. I think I may have even had my military discount, so figure $1.50 or $1.60. And I have it listed for $1.20 on eBay right now. Ones like this of other languages have sold for $1.49 wrapped. Mine, I needed to tear off the wrapper because it looked half torn, and it's like being half pregnant. I couldn't sell it half torn because that'd be a bad impression, and I needed to tear it off the rest of the way to ensure that every CD was in there. With this, that's going to wrap up the video for the night, cameraman, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.